Alright, the next problem is number 7. We're looking at the height of a cylinder that is twice the diameter, and we want to express the total surface area, A, as a function of the height. So I'm going to write down A as a function of h, and then let's just talk about what it is we're looking for. We're looking for the surface area of a cylinder. So surface area is found by taking the area of all the surfaces. Well, we have two different types of surfaces. One is our bases, which are circles. So we have to find the area of the bases. So one of those is circle. So we have pi r squared, but we have two of them. So it's really 2 pi r squared for the top and the bottom. And the other shape that we have is really a rectangle, but it's wrapped around a circle. So that's in purple. So when we unfold this rectangle, looks like this. This whole distance on the top, that's wrapped around our circle to make our cylinder. So that is really the circumference, that length of the rectangle. The height of the rectangle is the same thing as the height of the cylinder, which is twice the diameter. So if we want to add this into our equation for surface area, we're going to add, how do you find the area of a rectangle? Base times height. So C times 2D. Okay? But our problem is we want to express everything in terms of h. We're not expressing it in terms of h at all here. We have a radius and we have a diameter. But what is the diameter? Well, the diameter is really 2 radii. So where we see 2d, this is really just 4r. So right here, this 2d, we can think about that as 4r. Circumference, we can think about as 2 pi r, because that's the area of circumference, 2 pi r. And lastly, if we just keep all this the same, now we have everything in terms of r, but we want it in terms of h. So let's see if we can find a relationship between r and h. Well, what is h? H is just the height of our cylinder. H is just this length right here, and we already said that this length is 4r. So if I want to replace all my h's with r's, let's just solve for r in this relationship. So r is going to equal h over 4. So everywhere I see an r, I'm just going to write an h over 4. So we have 2 pi, and let me put in, I want to use blue. Pi over, not working, h over 4 squared times 2 pi h over 4 times 4 h over 4. So let's simplify this down now. So we have 2 pi h over 4 times h over 4 is really just h squared over 16. And this was being added in here, I forgot that part. 2 pi times h divided by 4 is really just pi h over 2. And here we have 4 times h over 4, which is really just these 4's canceling, is just times h. So now we have 2 pi, just kidding, we can cancel this 2 with this 16, so we're really just talking about pi h squared over 8 plus pi h squared over 2. And if we want to add them, just get a common denominator being 8. So I would still have pi h squared over 8 plus, multiply everything by 4 pi h squared over 8. Adding these two things together, I'm going to result with 5 pi h squared over 8. And what was it I was looking for again? I was looking for the surface area as a function of h. So all of these were surface area all the way down to the way bottom here. And this one is in terms of h. That is what we wanted. So we are done. This is our surface area in terms of h.